Yo, 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 what is fucking good? What's the motherfucking deal, YouTube? This is your boy, Coach Donte, the 10th episode already of the Coach's Corner. So, this is a great milestone right here already. The 10th episode, man, of the Coach's Corner. So, we got some special contestants right here. We got the boss man right here, and we got the money making Mitch. I know your 76ers had a tough time yesterday, but this is the NFL edition. This is the playoff edition of the NFL. So, like I said, how you doing, Money Mitch? How you guys doing today?
I'm doing good. Just ready for this weekend. I can't wait for the Eagles to take on the Buccaneers. Let's get it started.
Disclaimer: I'm done being a Sixers fan.
Oh my God, we're not.
Thanks to Greg Melly and DJ Eastwood. They're. I think I don't know no longer what to do.
Well, Greg's gonna be on my show tomorrow for the game.
Yep. So again, I know Coach Spotlight talked about the Sixers all day today in this damn organization. So I got a lot to get off my chest, which is one of the topics. So I got a lot to get off my chest. And I got somebody to roast today. So we're going to get right into the roasting session of the Coach's Corner right here. So I'm going to put myself up to the front end of the bargain. Coach, give me that front end of the bargain. And I got a lot on my chest that I need to get off. So here we go. So we all know Coach David Culley was fired today, right? So we all know that. But at the end of the day, again, his management with players, what got him fired. Did I think he got a raw deal? Yes, I did. And I'm going to tell you why. He had nothing to work with. You had a running back by committee that's not very good in David Johnson. Philip Lindsay didn't work out for us. Mark Ingram was shipped off to New Orleans, which is he didn't work anyway. Brandon Cooks in and out of the lineup. He had some issues with the coaching staff with Tim Kelly. Thank goodness he's out of Houston. He is a horrible play caller. The defense was okay this year. But the one thing, Justin Reed, you don't have your best player. You don't have your best safety out there. And when you got the best player on the defensive side of the ball, bumping heads, that's not good. So he had problems with player management, coaching management, yelling at guys on the field. You can't do that, of course. But one thing you could not take away, the guys played for this guy in the locker room. The guy played for this guy. You beat two teams that were playoff type contending teams. You beat the Jaguars, who probably the worst football team in the National Football League. The Lions are not the worst team. I think it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. So other than that, I think David Culley did get a raw deal. I think he got a raw deal. You should at least gave him one more year for this team to work with. We wasn't very good to start off with. We was the 30th ranked roster coming in the NFL, and he won 4 games with this roster, and the guys bust their ass and they played for him, especially the game against the Tennessee Titans, the last game of the season, where he very much could have won that game. Davis Mills' progression, very good. The second best rookie in the NFL, 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. I'm not going to say franchise quarterback yet, but I will say he's done enough to I'd say he's done enough for next year. Now, everything goes. Like, when you get into a coaching change, coaching staff is going to change. Offensive coordinators are going to change when you get to a new coach, when you get into a new coach staff. So how much that affect on Davis Mills? How much that would affect on Davis Mills? How much that would affect on some of these players that liked it, David Culley, and that wanted to be here? Now, Justin Reed, I think he's going to be gone anywhere it goes. I think Brandon Cooks is going to be gone anywhere it goes. But other than that, and then so the Texans decide to part ways with David Culley, which is I didn't like right there. Because, like I said, I thought he was good enough for one more year. If it was no improvement next year, then you had the right to fire. But this year, I thought he had a raw deal this year. Nothing to work with. It made it seem like he was set up to fail this year. And the Denver Nuggets. Boy, oh boy, Denver Nuggets. What I saw that other night against the Los Angeles Clippers was ridiculous. What I saw, 25-point lead in the third quarter. Ever since the Clippers got into a 3-2 zone, the Nuggets The offense couldn't do anything. When you don't have anybody outside of Nikola Jokic that cannot make a play, that cannot score on the perimeter, you got a problem. I understand the Denver Nuggets injury riddled, but you was up 59 to 34, and you lose a 25-point lead into the third goddamn quarter. Your offense stalled. The defense was okay. But then again, when you can't score on the offensive side of the basketball, you cannot win many games in the Western Conference with Nikola Jokic as your best player. He can do it all. But what other guys do you got that can create for themselves? That's when Jamal Murray and you got Michael Porter Jr. are missing right there. So again, that is my weekly rant of the week. I'm gonna go back to night game, see what I can find. But other than that, I just want to get that off my chest. So we will bring it right back on to the fellas, and we're gonna get right into this show. So we're gonna talk about the first topic. And Money mentioned, Coach, what I want to bring to you, Coach. Did David Culley deserve to be fired after 1 year? You might, Coach.
My bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna just keep it real. I think he didn't get a chance to try to turn his franchise around.
Yeah.
I think he didn't get a chance. Well, he didn't think about it is, and this is how I feel about it. I don't know if y'all just recently saw the tweet from Ian Rappaport about this whole thing with the Houston Texans. And this is what makes it so dumb for the Houston Texans. The Texans owe David Culley another $17 million over the next 3 years per source. So Culley walks away with roughly $22 million for one season as the Houston head coach. So mind you, he got paid $22 million this year just to be the head coach, and now you have to pay him $17 million for the next 3 years. Same thing. You're still paying Bill O'Brien. You're still paying all these people. How are you going to come in and bring in a coach for big money and you're paying all these people? That is ridiculous from the Houston Texans. Culley knew he was coming in with a situation with Deshaun Watson wanting to be out even before Culley got there. You go out and do trade after trade after trade after trade, and now you have a Davis Mills. With Davis Mills, it's not that bad of a quarterback. I just think this organization needs stability, and that's something that the Houston Texans they just like Miami. Miami does not want no stability, and now you don't have no stability with the Houston Texans. You had Bill O'Brien all those years. You wanted to change a culture, and you understand that guy only had 4 wins, but he has 4 convincing wins in as a head coach. Even though it's not the best year for the Houston Texans, but they put up 40 points against the Los Angeles Chargers team that could possibly be a playoff contender if it didn't come down to a tie. When it comes down to it, they beat some good teams out of those 4 wins, and I didn't think he deserved to be fired. Absolutely not. Not after 1
year. Looks like we're all on the same page here. He did not deserve to be fired. When you beat the Chargers, who are about to make the playoffs, and now they're not even in it because of the Houston Texans, that shows you that your team can do it again next year. Maybe even get 6 wins or 7 wins. You just got to build it, or you just have to get a better roster, and he did not deserve to be fired. He was a good coach, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I say, the Texans are the reason why the Chargers are not even in the playoffs at this moment. They're probably one of the main reason why the Chargers are not even in the playoffs right about now.
Right.
I mean, again, this team competed for him. They battled for him. Like I say, again, mismanagement. Him and Justin Reed not being able to get on the same page. And then he had some issues with some players that he disciplined early in the year. The trade of Zach Cunningham as well faltered into that decision. But we're going to see what the next Texans head coach will be. I'm hearing Brian Flores. I'm hearing Gerard Mayo, the linebacker from New England that used to play in New England, Gerard Mayo right there. I'm hearing a lot of names. So what names do you guys think that can fit this Texans off, that can fit this the motive of this Texans team, Coach?
Now I'm a reply to the AJ. So he says 4-13 is not okay with me. I could completely understand that. But you're talking about a first year head coach, AJ, a first year head coach that came in with all the drama. Mind you, the drama, even going back to DeAndre Hopkins getting traded, the whole debacle with Deshaun Watson. You put this man in a position to fail. You didn't
Yep.
do nothing. You didn't do nothing to try to give this man help. As far as talent wise, yes, you went out and got a Brandon Cooks. Yes,
Yep.
you went out and got some quality players, but you knew this team was not together when he got here. You knew that the Texans was not going to win more than
Yes,
probably
I
win
knew
more than
that.
five
Yes,
or
you knew that.
it's a lot of drama behind the scenes that was going on, and I think David Coley did not have a chance. I
Yep.
understand if he would have went 4-13 this year, next year, and the
Yep.
year before, then you say get rid of him because he's not doing nothing. You didn't give a man a chance to redeem himself at all as a head coach. So saying 4-3 doesn't sit okay with you. It doesn't sit okay with me either. But at the same time, if I am a head coach for a professional football team or a basketball team, and you only give me 1 year, I just don't think it was right for Houston. This is why Houston does not have the success. This is why a lot of teams like Miami and Cleveland, these teams don't have success because they don't have stability. And that's the number
Yep.
one thing. So before I let Eric speak, I just want to let you know the 2 wins was against the Jacksonville Jaguars, but the 2 good wins that they had was the Chargers and the Tennessee Titans. You can't take nothing away from Coley beating them 2 teams. Mind you, Tennessee is the number 1 seed in the playoffs right now. And then you
Yep.
have the Chargers that was 1 kick away or a tie away from being in the playoffs. So, I mean, it just sucks. It sucks. I
Yep.
think he should have had a year to redeem himself to see if he could get this, not a playoff team, but get more wins to progress,
Yep. Shout out to Coach Spotlight for that. That's an excellent take. Shout out to my boy Houston, loyal Houston man, my Houston brother, man. Shout out to him. He do got a YouTube channel. He almost at 1K. Make sure y'all hit that sub button for him. And like I say, again, man, we didn't have nothing to work with. He didn't have nothing to work with. He didn't have Deshaun Watson on the team. What receivers that are you on this roster that you could be scared of
outside of
besides Brandon Cooks? Nothing. You're not scared of him. You're not scared of a rookie tight end. You're damn sure not scared of Jordan Akins. You're not scared of Farrell Brown. You're not scared of these guys. So what did he have to work with? He has nothing to work with. I understand 4-13 was pretty bad, but we were picked to be the 30th worst roster in the NFL.
Right.
With Tyrod Taylor was out half of the year, with Davis Mills stinking up the joint in the first half of the season, and then with his progression coming up on the third in the second half of the season, him having more pocket presence, more time in that pocket, his throwing talent definitely showed up. So I understand if he got it done, if he didn't get it done last year, then you can move on from him. You can move on. That's why Pittsburgh.
I think you could have given him 2 more years.
Yes. That's why Pittsburgh
years.
is gonna always find a way to be a good team or find themselves in the hunt because they have stability and consistency of their head coach. Only three coaches in 30 years. Come on, man. You cannot. Come on, man. That's why some of these teams would never be as good because no stability and no consistency with the head coach. You can't go every year getting a 1-year head coach and then firing them. Just like I say again, you can't do that. So Eric, what you got on this take? And I wouldn't mind Lovie Smith being a head coach of this team. I wouldn't mind either if they promote Lovie Smith as a head coach. So go ahead, Eric. Give me your thoughts.
I want to say what's up to everybody in the panel, man. Good afternoon. I was feeling a little bit under the weather. That's why I came a little late. But what's up, AJ Show? Go Eagles. Probably am I AJ Show? Go Philadelphia Eagles, mother. All right. Anyways, what's up, Grandizer? All I'm gonna say is I think this firing wasn't more of his performance. I feel like it was more of what's available around the league. I think that's the route they're going. I think when you see the Brian Flores is dropped, the Vic Fangios, I feel like in their mentality they're like, this could be a better coach than us, so let's fire this coach. That could be a possibility on why it happened as well. But I think it's dumb if that wasn't the reason. If that wasn't the reason, it's dumb because it's like it's his first year, man. Okay, he went 4-13. Oh well, Like he's got draft picks to start off next season. Oh my God, next season, and yeah. So I mean, I think it was a dumb firing if that was the choice. But if it's because maybe there's more head coaches he rates higher than his own head coach, then I would have been like, okay, you know what? I see a little, a little reason. But I think it was a dumb firing if it was the other reason. And I mean, I think having a Brian Flores would change it around. I think Brian Flores is a major upgrade over him. Maybe put Vic Fangio as a coordinator type of role. There's a lot of good coaches out there, man, available in the market.
See, if you're gonna do something like that, fire a 1-year head coach, you got to have a plan. You got to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you have to have a backup plan. If you know you was gonna fire him and you see other options out there like a Brian Flores or Byron Leftwich or Kellen Moore or something like that, you got a stacked head coaching carousel tree. You have a stacked tree. So if you're gonna fire somebody that's unexpectedly, you gotta have a backup plan for this. Now I will be disappointed if they go out there and get Mike Zimmer. I do not want Mike Zimmer. I do not want no damn Matt Nagy. I think that would be fucking a downgrade. You might well could have killed David Culley if you're gonna go get those guys. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, go ahead, coach. You muted, coach.
Muted.
My bad. But this is how I feel about it. If y'all go get a Mike Zimmer or a Matt Nagy, you finally know what type of organization you got with the Houston Texans.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know what type of organization. That means this organization does not want to win. They want to keep firing coaches. Okay. They want to keep firing coaches. They want to keep trading great players, and great players are succeeding somewhere else. It just sucks, man. It just sucks for this organization that you bring them in as an expansion, and then you have a good year with Deshaun Watson, and then Deshaun Watson wants out. I mean, like, it really starts with ownership. Just sell the team. Sell the team.
I wouldn't mind that shit. What was your question, Nate?
My question is this, and this is a question I've been asking everyone. I think actually Brian Flores is going to be on the Texans. I see it happening.
If it happens,
I'm going to be honest. And you know what's going to happen?
I don't see it happening.
I just think what Flores has done as a head coach, I think he wants to be a leader. I think this is his opportunity to be a leader on a football team. He's like, that's my guy. Not some other guy that they got a few years ago who was dog shit out of his job. They needed that. Brian Flores did a great job this season. Came back from a terrible beginning, brought the team back. Tua looked actually fucking amazing out there. That I never seen that dude do that in my lifetime, besides Alabama. But it's just honestly, I just think Flores is the perfect hire. I think it's for Texans fans. I think that's the guy they want, but I could definitely see someone like Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh is another guy. He could be on they have to call him up at least. I know Mitch is sad, but Mitch, he's leaving college. I'm sorry. He's getting a job.
These are the coaches that I think that will fit in Houston. The only reason why I say Brian Flores won't fit in Houston because that GM and that owner does not want to win. They just want to put asses in the seat.
That's what I mean. I just think it's the perfect fit. That's the only thing.
I think Brian Flores is a great coach. But if you notice, majority of the coaches in the AFC is getting more fired in the NFC. If you notice that. I mean, you have a few in the NFC that got fired, like the Mike Zimmers of the world, the Joe Judge of the world, but it's more AFC than NFC.
Yes.
So if I am Brian Flores, I'm sorry, Nate, but he might be a giant.
That's why I'm just saying for Donte's sake. He might be
a giant, but if I want to pick a perfect coach to go to a Houston Texans team to turn it around, I say Doug Peterson. I say Doug Peterson. I love what Doug Peterson has done. I understand that they want him in Chicago due to the fact that he has the ties there.
Yeah.
But Doug Peterson has come from a bad team in Philadelphia, took them to the Super Bowl. He's another team that could turn teams around. Honestly, I think Philly got rid of him a little bit too early, but that's another topic for another time. But I just think Doug Peterson would be a guy that could come in, even with a Davis Mills, even with the personnel that he has. If you could turn Nick Foles into a Super Bowl quarterback, whoever thought Nick Foles would never be a Super Bowl quarterback, I'm not saying the Texans will make David Mills, but he would definitely make David Mills put on notice in the NFL.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like Doug Peterson wants the Bears? I just have that feeling.
You know what feeling I have? To the Vikings. I don't know what it is.
Well,
something
at least
about
we
Doug
won't go for
to
39 and QB sneak.
Ooh, Jim Carl. Dude, Jim Carl is
No.
another guy.
I hope.
I would take him, but like I say, I want someone that's offensive minded, or I say, or defensive minded coming in. Like Vic Fangio, he's a defensive head coach, man. He's a defensive head coach. He had his opportunity, man. I don't want Vic Fangio. I would take Ryan Flores, or I would take Kellen Moore. I will take Kellen Moore. Byron Leftwich is available. I'll take Byron Leftwich. But I think he's going to end up going to the Jaguars. I'm predicting he's going to end up a Jaguars with him will be a good fit for him. And I'll say, man, the Texans better have a plan. Go ahead, Keith.
Now I'm about to say, what about Kellen Moore?
I said Kellen Moore, coach. I would love Kellen Moore. I would love him. As long as we can get a DC coordinator behind him as well. Like if you can keep Lovie Smith, that will be fine. Or a Vic Fangio, I'll be fine with that. Or it's Mike Zimmer, I will be fine with that. As long as Mike Zimmer don't be my head coach, I'll be good. I
don't want Mike Zimmer as a head coach in this league no more. Absolutely.
Yo, Key, what's good? What you think about this situation?
I know y'all can't have a party without me. What y'all talking about?
We talking about the situation with the Houston Texans with David Coley getting fired, and what coach you bring in to replace him.
Got you. I mean, I talked about this briefly in the group chat. I said, what about a Brian Flores? Because, Watson supposedly wanted to play him for Miami.
Yeah.
But then what do you do about Davis Mills? I didn't think about that. I mean, or if I don't think it would be fair to sit a Davis Mills behind a Watson who hasn't played all season. That wouldn't be fair to him. Since this is a young team, why not get these coaches and teams nowadays is young and innovative, like a Sean McVay type of situation. I think you need somebody young with a young team. Kellen Moore would be a good idea. Even Flores, I know he's not that young, but still he got that mindset. If you want to bring in the old grandpas, as D would call them, bring them in to be your defensive coordinator, a Zimmer, a Fangio, for that young defense they got, a good person that's defensive minded. I think Houston will be fine.
Yep.
And get some pieces around them. They got what they're gonna have, the second pick overall. If you're gonna bring in a defensive minded coach, they're gonna go after the Hutchinsons or the Thibodeaux or the what's the safety name, Hamilton. They're gonna bring those guys in. That's gonna be defense, and they're gonna bring some offense around. You can get diamonds in the rough in the later round for the offense, just like they did David Mills. Supply him with pieces, and the Texans they'll be good.
Yep.
Key, I got a question for you, Key. How do you feel about this? I know I just said it earlier in the and I want to get Eric's thoughts in Nate Sports Talk whenever he comes back. How you feel about David Coley after 1 year getting paid $22 million, and then now the Texans have to pay him for $17 million for the next 3 years because of, mind you, they still paying Bill O'Brien, they still paying all these players that they traded. So do they really have money for a big top head coach? And that's a question for Key and Eric.
That's the Texans' fault for being stupid. That's their higher ups. That's their owner for firing David Coley. He didn't deserve that after 1 year. It's his first job there. 4-13. Okay, we're not expecting him to go 13 and 14-1. We expected him to have an awful season. Did we expect him to have 4 games? That was about right. I forget who said. I think it was the Houston loyalty. They said I see his chat. I think his comment. They said 3 to 5 games in Houston. That's pretty much all that I gave him. And the 2 wins that they did get convincingly was top 10 tier teams with the Chargers and Tennessee. Come on, y'all got to put that under consideration. Now y'all fired them. Y'all still got to pay this man. How are y'all expecting to get players and other people if y'all still paying y'all payroll?
Yep.
Eric, what's your thoughts on that? knowing that they still pay him, they go have to pay him $17 million for the next 3 years after leaving the team with $22 million.
That's what you call a dumb organization. The fact that you still have to pay a goddamn coach. I mean, it's the same way with Joe Judge. Sorry, Giants fans. I wish Nate was still on the panel. They're paying Joe Judge like three years something. It's crazy to me when organizations put themselves in a position where you have to still pay a coach that's not going to even coach your team, and then you want to fire them, knowing that you're going to pay. That all falls on the organization, man, and the organization needs to get something together because I feel bad for the Houston Texans. I mean, they beat two good teams, and I think they have the potential, and they're young, and they're ready to fight, man. All they need is a leader, and the fact that the organization is not giving them a leader and keeps taking away stuff, putting back stuff, not solving problems, and just leaving problems there. It's like, come on now. So if they want to turn things around, they got to pull something out of their back pocket this upcoming offseason. Something needs to happen. Because we could sit here and say Brian Flores and Vic Fangio, like I wouldn't doubt it. The way the organization is making moves, I wouldn't doubt it if Joe Judge becomes the Texans. I mean, like they don't know what they're doing, but I hope they could pull something in the back pocket, like Donte said. If you're gonna fire a coach like this, you need to have a plan. You need to.
Yep.
You need to. And if you don't, then it's like, why did you do it? You're paying them still. Like, what did you do?
Yep. So again, the segment of David Culley is out after 1 year, gets the boot after 1 year. So we got, does Carson Wentz does the coach bring back Carson Wentz after that horrific performance? Coach, we'll go with you.
Let me say something about Carson Wentz. Even though he had one bad game, I still think he's a good quarterback in this league. Is he a top 5 quarterback? Is he a top 10 quarterback? Is he a top tier quarterback? No. Is he a manageable quarterback that can get you wins? Yes. But like I said before we said anything, if we're going to keep blaming Carson Wentz, let's just be honest. But Andrew Luck was there. He has not won in Jacksonville neither. So do we keep that same energy for Andrew Luck? I'm just saying. I'm just being realistic here, because if you got to think about it, you got to think about Carson Wentz. Yes, he took, the team was 11-5 last year. They went 9-8. A lot of things happened with that, with Carson Wentz having COVID, and then you had a lot of players injured earlier in the year where they was losing close games. I think they keep Carson Wentz because of the fact that if you really look at his contract is really suitable right now. It's really suitable. If he gets guaranteed money next year, and then the following year he has no guaranteed money on that contract. I say you let him play out the next 2 years and then let him walk. Because if you want to keep trading him, mind you, he's still getting paid from the Philadelphia Eagles, and he's going to be getting paid for the Indianapolis Colts.
This was the last year for that.
Yeah, so the Philadelphia Eagles are still paying him because of that trade, and then if you trade him again, he's still going to eat Colts and Eagles money. So I say let him play out the last 2 years of that contract, knowing the final year is not guaranteed, and let him walk and then see what happens with that. Andrew Luck didn't have many weapons as Wentz does. I don't think Wentz has those many weapons. I mean, yes, Michael Pittman is there, but do they have a true number one when it comes to veteran? Absolutely not. They do not have a true number one that can complement Michael Pittman. You tell me, I mean, T.Y. Hilton, if you say T.Y. Hilton, his best ability was unavailability, because he's been unavailable all year. So when it comes to T.Y. Hilton, you really need to go find a number one receiver that that's going to complement Jack Doyle, which did a great tight end, and that's going to complement Jonathan Taylor, and will complement Michael Pittman on the opposite side. And that's what they missed a lot. They really didn't have nobody to really throw to. So Andrew Luck had the weapons. He just didn't have the elite weapons that every other quarterback has. But at the same time, we're not going to say here that Carson Wentz is just a pure scrub. I mean, Andrew Luck has not won in Jacksonville either. So, I mean, are we calling Andrew Luck a scrub because he hasn't won in Jacksonville? No, we're not doing that. So what the Colts need to do, play out the last 2 years. Oh, my God. Sister Odell just showed up. But I think Carson Wentz play out the last 2 years, let him walk, and then see if you can find your quarterback in the draft by that time. There might be some good quarterbacks coming out. You never know.
Yep. Eric,
I might have to disagree with you on the Carson Wentz, and here's why. Look, I remember I said this before. I have to find the clip where I said he was overrated in the middle of the season. I think I went at it with you, Spotlight, where you said he's a good enough quarterback to win. He just proved these last few games that he could not win when it's on him. That's the problem there.
Well, are we blaming it all on Carson Wentz though?
No, look at. If you look at that Raider game, he overthrew a lot of players, and you've seen it constantly. You've seen it a lot. It happened a lot against the Raiders. We got lucky on a lot of them, and we even said it on the play-by-play. So here's the thing with Carson Wentz. He is a manageable quarterback. I'll give him that. But when it comes to crunch time and it comes to win, and I get it, he did it with the Eagles, but he ain't doing it with the Colts. And here in the Colts, he arguably has a better running back than what the Eagles had. I mean, Jonathan Taylor is a MVP candidate. Then Michael Pittman is a number one receiver because if you look at what he's done the whole season, and that's not me being biased, that's just, if you go check out throughout his season, he got better. And T.Y. Hilton in the end of the season started looking like T.Y. Hilton. And it took him a long time to become T.Y. Hilton. If you remember games like the Patriots where they just ran and won. Most of these games were won because Taylor running. Most of these games were because of that. And if you go check, and that's the thing with Carson Wentz, and that's why I understand why a lot of Colts fans don't want Carson Wentz there, because when it came to crunch time, he didn't get it done. He had 2 opportunities to make it to the playoffs, and I get it, Raiders were red hot. Raiders played better than him, but he did overthrow a lot of players that game. And then on the last game, there was no excuse against the Jacksonville Jaguars. There was an excuse. I get the Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Bills, but at the same time, the way the Jacksonville beat this team was even worse than what they did to the Bills.
But are we just blaming that on Carson Wentz though? Because mind you, we keep saying how much football is a team.
Yeah.
Because I think Carson Wentz is getting a little bit of the same treatment as Derek Carr, but not to the extent of Derek Carr. And I'm gonna say why, because this Colts defense, they didn't step up either. This Colts defense has came in talking about being top 5. And this defense has given up a lot of leads when Carson Wentz did have them in the lead. But if you look at that Jacksonville game, yes, Carson Wentz throws those interceptions. Unacceptable. But that defense, you let Trevor Lawrence fumble the ball, hop up in the air, and still throw it and get a touchdown. That's not on Carson Wentz. That's on the defense. So I think is a lot of things go into when a quarterback wins and losses, and a lot of analysts don't look into why the wins or losses was because of this and because of that. They're just the number one thing you want to blame it on a quarterback because it's a quarterback-driven league. I think right now he only been what in the heck? I'm gonna fix that. But at the end of the day, this is how I feel, and I just feel like he got like I said, he has 2 more years left on his contract. One is got guaranteed money, one is not. Let him walk. You don't know what quarterbacks are going to be available at the end of this. At the end of the season, you just don't know. And you never know what's going to happen with Russell Wilson in the next couple of years. You don't know what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson in the next couple of years. So I just think you just should play it out. Let him get his little $28 million because that's all he's really getting over the next 2 years, and just let him walk. Yeah, I just think that's the best solution.
Here's the thing. Why this defense right up out of the gate, Downey gave up a touchdown right up out of the gate. As soon as the game started, this defense did not really help him anyway. Did not really help him either. So go ahead, Eric. My bad. Go ahead.
Here's the thing, man. And this is why I'm 50-50 with it. Because you're right, letting him play the contract because there's no other option, right? The draft, they're in a good draft spot to draft a quarterback. The quarterbacks in the draft aren't that good. And free agency, who knows what's gonna happen with players like Russell Wilson and these players. Like I really think Russell Wilson's gonna stay. Players like Deshaun Watson, what's gonna happen there? It's like so many question marks, right? So that's why I kind of agree with you where they should stick with Carson Wentz, because at the end of the day, they do have the cap space to build around him even more than what they did this season, because I think they have the number 2-3 cap space next year. Some crazy numbers. And I think I agree with you on that extent, but I just feel like Carson Wentz isn't the answer. But that doesn't mean fully to get rid of him, because thinking about it now, like I said, there's no other option pretty much. And they do have the cap space to build and maybe get another receiver to help Michael Pittman out there, because T.Y. Hilton has been getting injured. and maybe boost up a little bit more of the O-line. I mean, I know the O-line was good, but maybe boost up the defense. They got the cap space to do it. And yeah, you know what? I agree with you on that extent, where they should keep Carson Wentz. But you know what? I would give him one more year, man, because I don't trust him too much. But the way they got cap space and they still have draft capital, I feel like just build around him next year and see what happens.
My boy Ern, welcome my boy back to the network, man. My boy Ern took a little vacation on us this weekend. How you doing, man?
How y'all doing, man? I miss my brothers and my sister down there, Key in the hairdryer. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all know y'all not used to being normal in one color. It's not being blue no more. So yeah, I gotta be under the dryer.
We can't wait to see the unboxing.
Ain't no unboxing. That's just the Odell under that damn hairdryer now.
Yeah. So what you think about it? Do you think the coach should bring back Carson Wentz after that performance last weekend? Are you okay with him bringing him back?
After that performance, I mean, I think they should be looking somewhere else. But the problem is Carson Wentz is a serviceable quarterback. I mean, he's not one of the, I don't think he's a bottom echelon quarterback in the NFL. So it's like, if you're going to go get another quarterback, you got to make sure it's going to be somebody better. And it's the same problem that, not problem, but, it's the same kind of situation like with Derek Carr. It's like people want to go get rid of him, but like, what are you going to do if you get rid of him? If you're going to get rid of him, it got to be an upgrade. The problem is there's not that many people that are upgrades. So there's like this kind of rough situation.
Yeah. And that's why I said that you let him play out his last 2 years and go get a quarterback out the draft or look at free agency.
Yep. Key.
Coach, we tried to tell y'all about Carson Wentz. We tried to tell y'all about Carson Wentz. We tried to tell you about Carson Wentz. But I'm not going to leave Carson end up hanging out to dry because he don't play defense. His numbers wasn't bad this year. His QB, his touchdowns or interceptions wasn't that bad. And there were games where he threw 3 or 4 touchdowns, but his savior was definitely Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor, he didn't really have to throw much because you have one of the greatest running backs right now in this league is Jonathan Taylor. He didn't have to throw much, but that defense let them down against the Jags. That's ridiculous. And then him throwing that interception. But we tried to tell Colts fans. I've seen this chat. I don't know if it was from a Colts group. They was like, "Oh man, Philly tried to tell us about Carson." We tried to tell y'all, but thank you for that first round pick, Carson. I appreciate you with the 75% of your snaps for us getting that 3rd round pick. So we got 3 first round picks in the first round. So thank you, Carson, for that. But no, I don't think we should beat him. Who you gonna get to replace him? You still got to Eason and the other quarterback they got who's never seen time.
Yeah, you do got Jacob
Sam Ellinger.
Sam Ellinger from Texas. Right. I do like Sam Ellinger. I'm not gonna lie. But he's got to get some time.
Might as well keep Carson if you're gonna do them. Keep Carson one more year.
I think you got Jacob Eason too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, from Georgia, the quarterback.
So, keep Carson, keep the Eason and them back there, and then if you feel like you can move on from Carson, you got 2 able quarterbacks who can, or if not, get somebody in the draft or free agent. But don't boot Carson because of that performance. It's just that.
And I just want to bring up his regular season stats. It was Carson Wentz. He had 3,563 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions on the year.
Wasn't bad.
That's not bad at all.
It's not bad. It's just that's why I said you really can't put this all on Carson Wentz. If you look at his QBR, most of his QBR was like sometimes he had real bad QBRs, but I mean the last one he had against the in the regular season, he's not that. I mean Carson Wentz is not that bad, man. He's not that bad. His career,
like Aaron said, he's still a serviceable quarterback.
20,000 passing yards, 140 touchdowns to 57 interceptions in his career. That's not bad at all. I just think that you just need to he needs a supporting cast. Yes, he has the Michael Pittman, but Jack Doyle, can he be available on a consistent basis? T.Y. Hilton, understand T.Y. Hilton came on late in the year, but T.Y. Hilton is at the end of his career. You need to go out and get someone a little bit younger that can be out there on every damn down. Because Michael, if you keep throwing the Michael Pittman, you're going to make the team one-dimensional, or you keep running Jonathan Taylor. Go make the team one-dimensional. That's all he really has is those three: Jonathan Taylor, Jack Boyle, and Michael Pittman. But he still need a number 2 receiver or somebody on the opposite side to take away from being Michael Pittman being double teamed.
Yep. Money Mitch.
Oh my God! Hold on, wait. And I had to be like Rudy and look at Damien's dumbass comment.
Oh
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you why we got rid of Wentz. Mind you, Wentz the year before took the Eagles to a playoff team. I understand he couldn't stay healthy, but he took a team who was playing with recess players to the playoffs. We had no receivers, we had no defense, we had no running backs, but somehow, someway, we still made it to the playoffs. And because we drafted Jalen Hurts as an insurance, because Carson Wentz is so injury prone, he was bitching because he got bit. You're playing like sheer poop for 8 games, and you expect for you to stay in there the whole season while you had more interceptions and touchdowns? Get out of here. And he was beating the Divas. He's like, oh, I don't want to play no more. He was pulling up Ben Simmons. So you want to play? You can get out of here. So that's why he got traded. So there you go, David. Y'all can proceed now. I'm sorry.
Who TV is in the background?
Is that better?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was you, Ern. Okay,
my bad.
TV.
I don't even be realizing the TV's on at all until somebody say something.
Money Mitch, you gonna say what you gonna say? You gonna say you told us about Carson Wentz too? What's up, Money Mitch?
For Carson Wentz, I just gotta say this. Howie Roseman won a trade. When is the last time I actually said that? Howie Roseman won a trade, and
don't get comfortable with it.
I'm not. I'm just saying it's the first time for everything.
Because you know what's funny? I wouldn't be surprised if Howie Roseman screw up those 3 draft picks in the first round. I would not be surprised.
I said that before. I said that before.
That's what I'm scared of.
Don't Raider it up like we did when we had 3 first-round picks.
When did you guys have 3 first-round picks?
Ain't no way.
Josh Jacobs and somebody else. We had 3 that year.
Yeah, Cleveland Farrell, Josh Jacobs, and I forgot who that 3rd pick was.
I think it was John Abram.
I thought it was Abram.
Yeah, it was Abram.
Yeah, don't Raider that shit up like we did, y'all.
But for ain't no way in the world you have 3 first-round picks. You can't you mess up on at least a couple of them. That'll be very disappointing if you mess up. Ain't no way in the world you fuck up on 3 first-round picks. Go ahead, Money.
Yeah, so for Carson, he's a very servable quarterback. He's very good. They just need to build around him more in free agency and the draft. They need to get younger wide receivers. The O-line could use a little work here and there. So they just need to build around him more. Let him stay for another year or 2.
All right. Yes, indeed. So we got the next topic, which is pretty interesting. So, Coach, we'll follow this up with you. Who's going to have the most passing yards this weekend in the playoff weekend? Who would, if you had to guess, who would you pick to have the most passing yards?
What are the game matchups?
So the game matchups we have, Raiders, Cincinnati, you have Chiefs in Pittsburgh, and
Patriots and Bills.
Then Patriots and Bills on Sunday. Then you have
Rams and Cardinals,
Eagles and Buccaneers, and Rams. Oh my God!
Niners, Cowboys.
God!
And Rams and Cardinals.
And
Steelers and Chiefs.
Games, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a long weekend for the network. Just know that much.
Holy shit!
I'm gonna be bold with my take
because we're streaming every single game. We're streaming every single NFL game.
Yep.
So me personally, the best person to really get the most passing yards out of all these teams, I'm gonna say Dak Prescott. Because everybody gonna say Patrick Mahomes, and I'm gonna tell you why it won't be Patrick Mahomes. Let's not forget how good this Steelers defense is. Let's not forget.
How about the Niner defense?
Yeah, but you still got a good offensive line. They going up against a good offensive line in Dallas. They're going up against good receivers in CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. They running game is just the problem when it comes to Dallas offense, but they have a good offensive line. Now, when it comes to the 49ers, when it comes to Jimmy Garoppolo, he's just like Carson Wentz, another manageable quarterback. I don't see him putting up a lot of numbers. But everybody's going to say Patrick Mahomes because it's Patrick Mahomes is the Kansas City Chiefs. They got a dynamic offense. But we're not going to sit here and act like that the Steelers does not have a good defense either. They just have a bad offense. So I don't see Patrick Mahomes putting up 400 passing yards. I don't see that. If the most I see out of Dak is 350 in an L anyway. So I mean, I'm just because every time he throws over 300, he loses.
Yep.
So basically, I'm going with Dak Prescott here. I think I don't see Josh Allen getting the most passing yards. I don't see Patrick Mahomes getting the most passing yards. Patrick Mahomes is not really getting top numbers. He only gets good passing yards against the Raiders. If you notice, he only gets good passing yards if it's against the Raiders. Every other he didn't even have those good passing yards against Cincinnati when they lost to Cincinnati. He barely had that. Matter of fact, week 18, he only had 276 passing yards. So
is Jimmy Garoppolo playing?
Yes, yep. Jimmy Garoppolo's playing. I don't see Garoppolo getting it. I don't see Allen getting it. I don't definitely see Kyler Murray getting more passing yards than Dak Prescott. I don't see it. So I'm going with Dak here. That's the only. Unfortunately, I can't see Joe Burrow getting it either. So
I was going to ask you that.
I don't see Joe Burrow getting it either because our defense is good. Don't get me wrong, but
the 49ers give up the sixth least passing yards.
That's what I'm saying. The Niners are the real deal.
I got a question though. I got a question though.
Secondary ain't that good though.
I got a question though.
Not that good,
Dallas is the number one scoring offense in football right
now. Maybe because they put 50 on third stringers. They put 50 on Washington depleted teams.
But they always put up more. They always put up 20 plus points on any team. It doesn't matter who they playing. They did it. Hold up. They did it against the Eagles team earlier in the year on prime time. They had the first strings. I'm just saying. It's no shot to the Eagles. I'm just saying if you look at all the quarterbacks that's playing, do you think Stafford gets more than Dak Prescott? Do Matthew Stafford gets more passing yards than Dak Prescott? Out of all the quarterbacks that's playing this weekend, just think about it. This
Stafford
week
versus Arizona.
I think it's a possibility. He gets it.
I think it's a possibility.
It's possible.
Matthew Stafford
I just think this
400-yard type of quarterback.
I just think this 49ers defense is one of the best in the NFC, if not top two, coming into the playoffs.
I'll tell you, their defensive line is very good, and their linebackers, their secondary is suspect.
That's what makes the secondary look good.
They're very suspect.
So even with they front four, we're not going to. We got to keep that same energy for the Dallas offensive line. When you barely see Dak get sacked this year, barely.
So I got
the defensive line like the 49ers got though.
If I'm not mistaken, he leads the league in fumbles.
Yeah. Yes, he running for his life. He could lead the league in fumbles, but if you look at his stats say what you could. Saying the fumbles for what? How many fumbles Derek Carr have in his career? Nobody's talking about that though.
A lot of people talk about it.
Raider Nation talked about it too. But I just feel like Dak Prescott could be the only quarterback could do it because I feel like he got the weapons. I think the weapons are really good and suspect for the 49ers, corners. Even though they have a good front seven, but they back in I'm not going to even lie. They're back in, got a good win on week 18 against the Rams. Cool. It's a good win. But if the Rams would just play up to their par, you think the 49ers would have been in that game? No. That's really the Rams' fault.
That defense for the Rams was
trash.
That defense was trash in that second half of the Rams.
I don't think Josh Allen would have. If you look at that matchup between Buffalo and New England, I don't see Josh Allen throwing 300 yards on that Patriots defense. I don't see it.
I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't see Dak Prescott throwing over 300 yards on the Niners. I don't, man. I think this Niners D line is deadly, and I mean they're coming in hot. And when you look at throughout the whole season of Dak Prescott playing, he's put a lot of yards on teams that don't have that good of defenses. And at the same time, it's like we keep saying like Dak Prescott this, Dak Prescott that.
So the Raiders don't have a good defense.
Who?
Well, we're number 20 versus the pass.
Yeah, so I mean,
That's top 20. It's still serviceable. It's not like it's dead last
that's
in the league.
Bro,
I think we were worse at that
bottom
time.
third, bro.
We were the worst at that time. When we played on Thanksgiving, we were worse than what we were right now. In 20th? Yeah. That's when we were going on a losing streak. If y'all remember.
Yeah.
But
so I got Dallas's schedule right here. So for the first 7 games, Prescott 403 yards, 237, 238. And they were putting up
445 against New England, which New England was the number 2 defense going into that game.
I have a correction.
445.
We're not number 20 versus the pass. We're actually number 12. I was looking at it in reverse.
That's what I'm saying. If you look
that's
at
after the 4-game win streak.
He played a good Chargers team. He played a good Tampa Bay team. He put a 403 against a good Tampa Bay defense. He put up a good 237 against the Chargers. If you look at the good teams that he played, 238 against Washington. He put up 226 against Arizona. I mean, it's not the best, but I'm just saying Washington was at that time. Washington was a top 5 defense at that time. He put up 330 against the Washington football team. But that one team 445 against the number 2 defense in the league. I'm sorry. That's enough for me.
You got to look at the context of when they played them. That's when the Patriots were not so good. I think this was before the win streak, if I believe. I have to double check on that.
That was October 17th. Which the Patriots were good.
I got to remember. I got to see the schedule. But look, this is the thing. This is the playoffs. This ain't regular season. And they're playing a Niners defense that arguably is the reason why the Niners are in it besides Deebo Samuel.
And there's only one player from that defense that have playoff experience, and that's Fred Warner.
Bosa. Did you forget about Bosa? Did you forget about?
I'm not concerned with Bosa.
Are you serious?
I'm not concerned with Nick Bosa had a slump year this year. I'm not concerned.
Eric Armstead, Jaquazi Tart. They got some guys.
Tart has been unavailable when it comes to playoffs because he's been hurt.
I don't really know their team all like that. I'm just trying to think of people. They have some people on their defense.
They got Maurice Hurst and R&K. I know they got them.
Go ahead and start them and go ahead and lose the season. Shit.
Eric Armstead has been good. Eric Armstead has been pretty decent. For the Niners, but the only thing
we're talking about, I'm just saying the most passing yards. If I'm saying Dallas wins, no. But do he get the most passing yards? Yes. I think that kid.
I mean, that's a decent choice. That's a decent choice because I mean San Francisco secondary is suspect. Their front line and their linebackers are pretty good, but their secondary is very suspect. So, I mean, Eric, who you think? Who you got?
Let me go get my other cheeseburger.
I think Stafford. I think Stafford. I think Stafford will have himself a game. I'm not saying he's gonna throw 400 yards, 500 yards. I mean, the Niners defense better than the Cardinals. Shit. Okay, but I think Matthew Stafford knows that he's been playing bad the last few weeks, so I feel like he's gonna come back around against the Cardinals. The thing is with the Cardinals, I think JJ Watt's barely practicing, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure on the JJ Watt news. Mm-hmm. And I know DeAndre Hopkins not playing, but who cares about the offense right now?
The Rams are 11th worst versus the pass, and the Cardinals are 7th best versus the pass.
What is the Niners on their D line?
The Niners are 6th. They're 6th best versus the pass.
Okay. So look at this. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Do
you really trust Matthew Stafford? Yeah, I could. Just because just because he had a couple of bad games. Yeah. And he's been with a bad organization his whole career. That leads you to understand that don't trust him. Because he made a couple of bad turnovers, which is every quarterback make a couple of bad turnovers. Trying to make a play for their team. Yeah. I totally disagree with that. I definitely want.
The thing is here. The reason why I say
Matthew Stafford is a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah. The thing is with Matthew Stafford. The thing is with Matthew Stafford, right? Why I say Matthew Stafford is because if you look at the other matchups, right, that Raider and Bengals game is going to be more of the run game. Whose run game is going to get going? Because if you look at the first matchup, that's what it came down to. And then the Patriots and Bills. The Patriots, oh my God, their defense. I heard the Bills are ranked number 1 across the board, which is crazy. So that knocks out both of them there. The Eagles and Buccaneers, Jalen Hurts versus Tom Brady. Tom Brady don't got that many weapons. And you know what the Eagles going to do? They're going to ground and pound. They're going to run that ball.
The weather's going to be so bad. It's supposed to rain like all day. The winds
Yeah.
are supposed to be terrible.
And then the
So
49ers
it really
and Cowboys,
favors
like
the Eagles there.
the thing is with the 49ers Cowboys, I see the 49ers defense coming in hot, man. That's the only reason why I don't see Dak Prescott throwing over 300. But I may be mistaken, man. And the Steelers and Chiefs, yeah, Spotlight said it best about Patrick Mahomes. He's not the reason why he only put up those points against the Raiders, man. Yeah, he's been having a down year. That boy Patrick Mahomes ain't going to have the most passing yards. And the Cardinals and Rams, I feel like this is the best. I think either quarterback could put up the yards, Kyler Murray or Matthew Stafford, but I'm gonna pick Matthew Stafford, and then I think he's gonna bounce back. He's got the weapons to do it. I heard they're not. He's out for the wild card.
I don't see Kyler Murray getting no.
So it might be Matthew Stafford. I'm gonna go Matthew Stafford on this one, man.
Wait, who's out for the wild card?
DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh yeah.
Raider, who you got, Raider? Who you got, Mr. Earn?
This is a tough one, man, because like you got Kansas City, they're number 6 worst against the pass, but then they're playing Pittsburgh Cheeseburger, and he's not going to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? The New England, the Patriots and Bills are number 1 and number 2 versus the pass. Those two are out. Honestly, the Raiders are playing Cincinnati, and Cincinnati is the 7th worst versus the pass.
The thing is, the weather,
like 6 degrees.
It's gonna be like 6 degrees. It's horrible weather.
So definitely running the ball. So that's out. Shit. Looking back at these matchups, New England, Buffalo, no. Cincinnati, Las Vegas, no. Philly, Tampa, no. I see it being Jimmy Garoppolo, bro, because he's got weapons. And Dallas's pass defense, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't the best.
You're right.
They're number 13. They're very middle of the pack.
Yeah. Anthony Price, yes.
You know what?
Yes.
I kind of believe that because of Deebo Samuel and Trayvon Diggs.
But what about that matchup with George Kittle, and then you got Brandon Ayuk? They got weapons.
They got weapons,
bro.
They got, which I understand they got weapons, but the focal point is Deebo Samuel. If Deebo don't go, the team doesn't go, and we've seen it when Deebo gets hurt.
But they're so creative with Deebo. They get him involved in the run game, screen game. You know what I mean?
I understand that, but when Deebo's not in the game, and just say he messes up, just God forbid, he's been struggling with that groin injury all year. If he has to step out, this 49ers offense struggles.
True.
If I'm and you know who they're gonna have to go to next? Elijah Mitchell, their running back.
George Kittle.
Yeah, but if you notice what Kittle is Deebo, when Kittle is in the game and Deebo's not in the game, you don't see them stretch the field. I mean, Kittle could give him hell. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, if you look at the last 4 weeks, the reason why the Niners are in the playoffs is because of Deebo Samuel. Enough said.
This is
and
true,
their front four.
He's even listed on the injury report.
Go ahead, my bad, Aaron.
No, go ahead. I was just wondering, is Deebo listed on the injury report? I'm gonna look real quick.
He's playing. And I feel like when you have 3 trash corners like Trayvon Diggs, that's overrated. I'm going to say he's overrated. And then he gets beat all the time. Anthony Brown and Kevin Joseph, they can't match up with Deebo, George Kittle. And
Debo's not even on the injury report.
They better put Vanderish and their whole D-line, Michael Parsons, on triple team on Kittle.
I'm just worried about that front four of Dallas. Like you said about San Fran, that front four is really good for Dallas.
Who you going with, Money? Who you going with, Money, Mitch?
I'm stuck between Derek Carr and Joe Burrow. I'm stuck between both of them, and they're both playing.
That game is going to be snow, bro.
Oh, never mind. I'll take that back. I forgot about the snow.
I don't see if the game was played in Las Vegas, but I'm just saying.
Right.
So wait, are the Rams home?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
The Rams are home. Okay. Then I'm gonna go with Kyler Murray. Then. I don't trust Matthew Stafford.
With no DeAndre?
I'm not mad at that though, because that defense.
I'm not mad at it either. That defense is not overrated.
Yeah.
I don't like the Rams.
If you throw the opposite of Jalen Ramsey, that shit's gonna be a catch most likely because Jalen Ramsey is the only person in that secondary that be locking his side down. The rest of the sides are all open.
Especially if you're running the ball very good against that defense, like the 49ers did last week, ran the ball with Elijah Mitchell. That's why I think, Jimmy G won't. That's why I think Jimmy G won't be an obvious answer right there because Elijah Mitchell, they're gonna run that power toss, which is unstoppable. unstoppable to get to. And then they're gonna also use Deebo Samuel in the running game, so that's gonna exit it out for Jimmy Garoppolo. They're gonna rely heavy on the run game against the Dallas Cowboys. The weather is gonna be a factor between Joe Burrow and Derek Carr. And then the Patriots. Then the Patriots, Matt Jones, and you got Josh Allen. I believe them. I'm gonna exit them out. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go with Matthew Stafford. I think he can do it. I think he can throw. I think he can be the obvious choice again. Say Matthew Stafford. I think he's a top 10, a top 12 quarterback in the league. That's pretty good. You look at this team. Will they have the record that they have with Matthew Stafford? I wouldn't think they would. So again, I think Matthew Stafford is okay. I think he's okay. I think he's a legit quarterback that you can have. Yes, he makes some terrible decisions because he's trying to make a play. He's actually trying to make a play. When he throws the ball, sometimes his arm is too strong, or he overthrows receivers, or he just depending on just trying to make a play. That's what most Derek Carr do. When he throws the ball, he's trying to make a play. And Matthew Stafford just the same. His numbers are good. 38 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Those are very good numbers. Probably too many interceptions, a little bit too many, but you'll take the 38 touchdowns. You'll take the 40 touchdowns. You'll take the 5,000-yard years that he had. He was the reason why that Lions organization is irrelevant. Man, I'm going to tell y'all how bad that Lions team was in organization. I know Coach remember this. Coach and Ern remember this. I know all of y'all remember this. What Megatron had to retire because the organization was so goddamn bad. And they went
further than that. It goes back to Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders retired because the organization was so goddamn bad. When it came to playoff years, he couldn't even compete because the organization was so bad. So how you supposed to thrash Matthew Stafford because of 10-70 record? I mean, the organization just a bad organization overall. Now he comes to a better organization, and the team is so much better. But if he lose this game this week, it will be no excuse. It will be no excuses this week. You pick the winner. You make those moves to be in a Super Bowl. You're trying to win now. When you make a move of Von Miller and you make a move of Odell Beckham, you pick the. Then you get Matthew Stafford to upgrade over Jared Goff. You have to come out with something. You're picked to win the Super Bowl. So other than that, I think Matthew Stafford could do it.
Coach Donte, it's like they went out there Thanos of the NFL. They went out and got all the 5 fucking Infinity Rings. They got Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Matthew Stafford, Odell Beckham, Cooper Kupp. You know what I'm saying? They're all in. If they don't win, this whole shit is a disappointment. Yeah.
That's what I think is really hurting Matthew Stafford when Robert Woods went down.
My boy,
that
man.
Just really hurt. That really hurt them.
Yeah.
Let's take what I got Odell, and Odell is starting to come into himself a little bit more, but this offense was more dynamic with Robert Woods than they had with Odell.
Robert Woods, man.
Oh, that's big play, Bob.
SC guy there, man.
You guys forgot something for the Cardinals. James Conner. He's been like their number one option throughout this whole year. And when you dip and dunk, he can get at least.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they signed Eric Weddle. I totally forgot they signed Eric Weddle.
That's crazy. They brought Eric Weddle back. I was like, I wouldn't think he would. The Rams.
The Rams.
What the?
Yeah.
These are the bro.
They got money.
God.
But
they're doing too much.
But this is the best chance for the Rams to take advantage of this depleted Cardinals team because their main players and JJ Watt and DeAndre Hopkins might be out for this game. And if JJ Watt plays, he's a little rusty. He hasn't played since I believe, what week was it? Week 4?
I'm thinking week 4.
3? Yeah, week 4. So it's like this is your best chance to take over practically the top 5 team in the NFC in the Cardinals. So I mean, hey, Rams, if you don't get it done, man, there's no excuses for all these pieces you brought, all these things. I get it. Robert Woods is out, but at the same time,
you brought got a Madden Ultimate Team. And shit.
You brought.
They went so defensive in this trade deadline. They went so defensive. They got to get better defensive. You put defensive weapons around Aaron Donald. Now you went out and got Odell Beckham, but I mean, that still got to gel. I mean, it's not going to take. Understand that Odell's a professional, Stafford's a professional, but they have not played with each other. They still have to learn how to click on offense. I mean, and my thing is this. I think this is going to be the factor for the Rams. they might have Cam Akers back this weekend. And Cam Akers was a great running back for them last year. And I think him and Sony Michel as a 1-2 punch with what's the third back? What's his name? I can't think of his name.
Henderson?
Yes,
Henderson.
I think
Henderson.
that three-headed monster is going to really be effective.
There's no excuse for this Rams teams right now, bro.
Hey,
There's no excuse at all.
I'm gonna tell you this, what Sleeping Angel, before we get out to our next topic. I'm gonna tell you this. If you want to win championships, sacrifices got to be made. And the Rams made those sacrifices, gave away all them picks. They got to win it. They lose the first round, trust me, they will be roasted. They would definitely be roasted.
I think them like overrated a couple weeks ago.
No excuses. They got to win it. If you're gonna make those trades, hey, that's what happens. I don't care. You might don't want to trade a player, but it's got. If you come down to it, you got to do it if you want to win a championship. So if they don't win this championship, trust me, everybody will be talking about them and on their neck after Monday night. So
do you guys
go ahead?
Do you guys think that the Rams can beat the Packers if they meet in the championship game? Because the Rams beat the Packers?
Yes. And they have the possibility to beat the Packers, but I don't think they'll beat the Packers.
It depends who's going where. If they gotta go through Green Bay, then I don't see.
They're gonna go to Green Bay.
They gotta have to go to Green Bay.
They have to go to Green Bay.
They're going to Green Bay. Green Bay's won.
Honestly, but you know what though? I wouldn't be surprised if Green Bay lose their second straight NFC.
Yep.
I'm saying that's the only probability.
I would not be surprised. You know
the advantage that Green Bay has in that game is that Jalen Ramsey doesn't travel like Richard Sherman. You know what I mean? He used to stay on that side. So all they got to do is move Devontae around, and they can find the matchups that work for them. That's what gives them the advantage.
That's what they did. That's what they did last year, and that's how they beat what you call him. Told me my boy Peril Time. He's a Rams fan. I had him on earlier this year on the channel for an interview, and he said they did a great job of moving him away from Jalen Ramsey, and that's how Devontae Adams was able. He just flat told me that. Yeah.
Yep.
So who had the most?
It didn't work out with Jalen because they followed him.
Yep. Who had the most rushing yards this weekend? If y'all had to guess, out of all the running backs,
this is a debate in itself because this is going to be tough. So
Wait,
I'm gonna let you know now. I'm definitely thinking any running back that comes out of the Buffalo Bills is not in this topic. I'm just letting you know that right now. So we could just nip that in the bud. This is really tough because the Eagles is the number one rushing team in football right now.
Tampa's a stout defense, though.
And that's running back by committee.
I'm gonna go bold.
Elijah Mitchell from the San Francisco 49ers, good. Dallas is definitely out of there. I'm not talking about Tony Pollard or Ezekiel Elliott. They're not going to run the football effectively. They have not all year. Joe Mixon with the Cincinnati Bengals. That's another one. Of course, our Raider own Josh Jacobs. This is a really tough conversation for who's going to get the most rushing yards. This is a tough conversation. I really don't know. I don't have a clear person, but if I had to pick, I mean, maybe Damian Harris, maybe for the New England Patriots, they got Stevenson and Damian Harris. I totally forgot about them too. But if I really had to make a pick, I'm going with the hot hand of the running back of committee for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's a single person. It's not a unit. It's a single person.
But I understand that. But I completely understand it. But I just don't. I don't know. I just feel like there are as a unit, they are the number one rushing team in football. And I just feel like the bad weather and everything that's going to go there, they're going to run the football right down their throat. You can run the football on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You really can. I just don't know who I can pick. I can't pick just one individual because we are in an NFL league that is a running back by committee type of league.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Eric, who you got, man?
Eric camped down right now.
Okay. Mr. Earl, who you got?
Man, I hate to be a homer, and you guys know I don't really pick my Raiders on this
one. You asked him.
No. Like on some real shit. On some real shit. I'm looking at the numbers, and Cincinnati is 1, 2, 3, 4. They're the 5th worst team in the league against the run, and Josh Jacobs has a hot hand right now. So that's my logic for that. It's Josh Jacobs, bro. He's been on fire lately. He's been breaking his fucking records left and right. It seemed like every game he's breaking his career high. Like last week he had 135, and then his previous high was 120. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see how he does in the snow. That's all.
Let's see how he does in the snow. But Cincinnati is ranked fifth worst against the run. I mean, to me, this is like that's what stands out. Josh Jacobs is hot. Cincinnati's defense is not. Boom, Raiders. Josh, Jake from State Farm.
Eric, who you got, man?
I'm gonna go a little bold here. I'm gonna go Najee Harris.
Okay.
I think the thing is here is that we all know Big Ben.
Derrick Henry does not play this week. He's on they're on a first round bye. Damian Harris.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying about
fake Damian Harris, Damian Hernandez, whatever.
They call him Damian Harris from now on.
I think Najee Harris because you know what the thing is with the Steelers, their offense has been Najee Harris. It hasn't really been Big Ben. Big Ben hasn't been able to throw that much with Juju Smith. I don't know if Juju Smith's going to come back this week. I heard no. So I think
he was practicing this week though.
I still think Najee Harris, man. I think they're going to give the rock to Najee Harris, run all over this defense. I think
Pittsburgh is number one worst against the run.
Yeah. So I'm going to go Najee Harris here, man. I think he's a
beast,
I
don't trust those Kansas City Chiefs running backs.
I mean, Kansas City is 12th against the run.
I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is trash to me. I'm sorry.
Money Mitch, who you got?
I have to pick one back.
Yep.
Pick one. Shoot.
You had to pick one.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I don't know. I just had to put my take
can't
out there.
do that.
I just said I don't know.
All right. If Miles Sanders is not playing, give me Jordan Howard.
All right.
Give me Jordan Howard.
That's a good choice.
That's the outside of Josh Jacobs. That's another guy that has been hot.
And you know what's weird? We cut him twice. Years ago, he went to Miami. He came back, and then we cut him. Then he came back.
I like Gainwell for y'all too.
We have Gainwell.
Can I
we
say something real
activated
quick?
Jason Huntley, and we have Boston.
Go ahead, Coach.
Yo, Damian, bruh, come on, man.
He's not playing. He's on bye.
Hold on.
We already
if you watch football, you know that he's not even back yet. And two, they're on a bye, bruh.
We already addressed it.
Okay.
Bruh?
Ern, are you learning Damian right now? Are you learning him?
Holy shit, Damian! I be defending you and shit left and right, but bruh, come on, son, do your homework a little bit, please. I'm sorry.
I got a shocker for you guys, and this guy has been hot. 900 yards. That's pretty good for a rookie. Elijah Mitchell. I'm going with Elijah Mitchell for San Francisco.
Yeah.
900 yards rushing for a rookie. That is pretty goddamn good. He's been running the ball. The offensive line has been very, very good. Okay, this year for San Francisco. That is my rushing leader this weekend in the playoffs for San Francisco. Elijah Mitchell.
I'm going with the halfback 22 blast. Damian Harris and New England Patriots. They're going to run the 22 halfback blast against the Buffalo Bills again. I'm going with Damian Harris. Forget that.
Okay. He said Damian Harris. He going with Damian Harris.
Damian Harris didn't get hurt in that game in the first time after he scored that touchdown. That game would have been totally different.
All right. So this might be another interesting one, and then the topics are going to get good after this one. Who has the most receiving yards? Who gets y'all the most receiving yards?
Oh God!
Well, you might just take Jamar Chase out of there.
I was just gonna say that.
Why?
Take every receiver in every receiver from the Bengals and Raiders game because they are not throwing the ball. If they throw the ball, they're going to throw the ball at least 5 times, and that's it. So take that out. When it comes to Buffalo and New England, I wouldn't be surprised. They still going to throw the football. It's a division rival. They don't give two shits. When it comes to wide receivers, though, most receiver yards, Deebo Samuel.
Okay.
I was gonna say Ayuk.
I say Deebo.
I say Cooper Kupp.
I say Devontae is going to have the most yards. And Hunter Renfro's going to have the most catches. Hunter Renfro's going to have the most catches because
Green Bay's not playing.
He's going to have 3
Green Bay's not playing.
Fucking idiot, bro.
God, you sound like Damian.
Damn,
God damn. Okay,
I mean,
stupid,
CD Lamb might be another one that
stupid.
could get the most receiving yards too.
Hey, Jaw Raider, when you give a 4th down after 4th down and a buzzer beater touchdown, Charles Woodson would call him out. Shit. So I would too. I wouldn't have doubted Tim Brown called him out too.
Who you got? Who you got? You said Ayuk.
I said Ayuk. I'm going for the like.
That's not bad.
I'm going for the dark horse.
All right, who you got? Who you pick?
Shit. God, I'm trying to look at these matchups real quick. Just look at the numbers,
So,
the defensive numbers.
You want to pick Green Bay?
Fuck you, Mitch. So it's not going to be Cincinnati. The Rams passing defense is pretty ass. No Devontae though. Cowboys. You know what? I'm gonna have to go Debo too, bro. That's a really solid pick.
Is that a Debo or CD for me?
It's either Brandon Ayuk or Jamar Chase.
I'm gonna go
because Jamar Chase.
You know, I'm gonna go off the map. I'm gonna go off the map. Like Money Mitch. I'm gonna go Keontae Johnson, Steelers.
Ooh.
That's what I'm going.
You know what? You're right.
Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson.
I really like that one.
For me, you know what? I'm gonna do one obvious one for me and one dark horse. My obvious one is Cooper Kupp, like I said. My under the radar, I'm gonna say Mike Evans. I'm sorry, Eagle fans.
Well, if that's the case, then my dark horse is Hunter Renfrow.
Actually, Gronkowski. I want to change it. Gronkowski. I want to change it. Gronkowski.
Oh, Gronk might have, Gronk. See, because Gronk is a receiving tight end. So yeah, but
no, give me Jamar Chase. Give me Joe Mixon. Give me the other guy.
Oh,
I mean, if we're throwing tight ends in there,
yeah. Just give me
if
all.
We're using tight ends. If we're using tight ends, I'm fucking with George Kittle. He's gonna have a big game.
Yeah, I think George Kittle will have a good game.
Yep. All right, so we going to the very next one. Who's going to be the upset of the weekend this weekend? If you had to pick a team,
can I go first?
We all
even go Eagles. Even go Eagles. Even go Eagles. Even go Eagles. Wow.
Yeah.
No.
Why wouldn't I? I mean, it's perfect weather conditions for our run game, and the Buccaneers are depleted. Like,
I don't want to say this, but I think this might be the upset. I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers over KC. If you want to call it upset,
knew you were going to go.
That's
I knew you were going to go that way.
It's not even about hating Kansas City, but if you want to really look at it,
it is.
Nobody has Pittsburgh winning at all. No matter what bet, no matter what analyst, they are not giving Pittsburgh no chance. It's some analysts that's giving Philadelphia a chance to beat Tampa Bay. Is some, but nobody's giving Steelers the chance. So I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers to beat Kansas City.
I don't think.
Can we?
I don't think the Cardinals are upset. I don't think the Cardinals are upset. The Cardinals and Rams are in the same vote. They the same.
Yeah, there's no upset for that.
There's no upset,
dude. Bro, every game is gonna be so intense. I swear, bro. These playoffs are so freaking even. I can't do
Who's the favorite in the New England Buffalo game? Who's the favorite in the Arizona?
I'm pretty sure Buffalo is.
But that's a division rival game. We already know what we're getting from them. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like these
Buffalo's the underdog. Then I'm going Buffalo.
The thing that screws this up, right, is the fact that the thing that screws this up is the weather, man. The weather in some of these games is goddamn ridiculous. Man, hashtag do it in the West Coast.
Okay.
All I'm saying is the Steelers got the less percentage probability to win at all this weekend out of any team.
So that would be the biggest upset.
Yeah,
Steelers would be the biggest upset over KC, and that's what if I have to pick an upset, I'll say Steelers.
I think the second upset would be the Eagles over the Bucks, and then the third Raiders over Bengals.
Yeah, I can say that.
I agree.
The Raiders are the underdog, or the really?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I forgot what seed they were.
Yep.
These are the upsets, right? I say the Cardinals are an upset technically. I know it's a division rival, but it's like they don't got that many players. They're too many players. Then I guess the Niners over the Cowboys is an upset technically. The Raiders over the Bengals is technically an upset. The who else am I missing? The Patriots over the Bills is an upset technically, according to people. What else? What other games am I missing?
I'm gonna go with the 49ers. I'm gonna go with the 49ers beating Dallas. That's an upset pick. That's an upset game. Everybody's gonna
like that. Very possible.
Oh, we're picking upset picks. Oh,
yeah, upset pick. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I was just saying all the upsets. I'm gonna go Steelers over the Chiefs.
That's
because you picked that. You did pick that game.
Realistic upset because it's if you look at all the percentages of winning games, the Steelers have the less percent. They have them at like 3% winning against KC. Everybody else percentage is higher than that. So and people didn't expect Pittsburgh to be in the playoffs anyway. I mean, you expected you know they had to 49 had to win to get in. You know what I'm saying?
People were thinking that the Eagles weren't going to make the playoffs. Same thing.
So
yeah, I had Washington.
That's true, but I had Washington. The thing about it is though, the Eagles was locked in for the playoffs in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Unlike the Pittsburgh locked up,
you were projected to get 4 wins.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh had to win and beat. They had to win in Baltimore, and the way they won in Baltimore, and then they had to sit back and look at that drama
that
happened between the Raiders and the Chargers. They was looking for they thought we was going to really blatantly tied to kick them out the playoffs. So I feel like it was more drama with Pittsburgh than it was with Philadelphia.
Pittsburgh don't deserve that shit. I mean, they decided against the Lions.
Yeah, but if you tied, you would have had
Eric, exactly.
Yep. If they won that game, they will be 10. They will be 10-7. And one of y'all would have been knocked out, which is the Chargers. The Chargers would have been knocked out.
Oh shit, yeah,
you're right. Knocked out. They would have been 10-7.
The Raiders would have been
10-7.
Oh, fuck.
So and then they lost all 3. They lost to pretty much almost every AFC West team. They didn't have the tiebreak over nobody in the AFC West. They didn't have the tiebreak over anybody. The Steelers, they didn't have the tiebreak over anybody.
They didn't have no tiebreaker with a lot of people in the AFC. They lost a lot of games in the AFC.
Yep.
Yeah, that tie saved them.
Actually saved them. Actually did. So we got Juju Smith-Schuster goes to play this weekend. If
he's back,
he does, how much of an impact would he help against the Steelers? How much of an impact would he help against the Steelers?
I think it will help tremendously. I mean, don't get me wrong, Deontay Johnson is a stud of a receiver. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like if you're going to put Juju Smith out there and you're going to put him out there, you have to make him some type of decoy. You're gonna have to move him around a little bit more to get these other guys.
You still have Washington playmaker in that offense.
You still have Washington. That's a good receiver. I'm still kind of nervous about their tight ends. Their tight ends is pretty suspect. I know they're really young, but I really don't know too much about their tight ends. But I feel like Najee Harris is going to be really a factor when it comes to this offense. He's really going to open up everything. But if Juju comes back, Juju's not going to start. He's going to get kind of like the Klay Thompson treatment as some sort. I mean, you're just going to work him in.
Mm-hmm. I think Claypool is the real playmaker in that offense. I don't think Juju's going to be that big.
That's what I'm saying. Like even with Claypool, you got to think about it. Okay, Claypool, he's the outside receiver. Deontay Johnson's the number 2. You put Juju in the slot with Washington in a 4 wide receiver set. If you get Ben Roethlisberger time, he's going to find him.
Well, that changes everything if that's how you can do it. That changes a lot. If you can put him in the slot. I'm used to Juju being the outside, right? He's usually an outside receiver.
But Juju in that Pittsburgh Steelers offense is a slide. If you look at it, most of it when Antonio Brown was there, he was like a little bit outside, but he moved around a lot. That was the only thing with having Juju out there with Antonio Brown.
Yep. Eric, what's your thoughts?
Y'all just hopping in and out. Sister Odell is back.
Back again. Yep. Now I got the real color down. I was blonde. They had more fun.
You already know Juju Smith is that SC boy, but is he gonna make a big impact? No. Is he gonna be at least a little impact? Yes. I feel like you just have another weapon out there. It benefits Big Ben. It benefits any quarterback when you get one of your weapons back, right? So I think that's where to the extent it'll be an impact, but I don't think it's gonna be a major impact. I still think they're gonna run the ball a lot with Najee Harris, in my opinion, and then they're gonna throw the ball. But we just got to see how they do it, man. Mike Tomlin's play calling better be on their coordinators and everything better be spot on if they want to beat the Chiefs, because you already know what Andy Reid could bring to the table.
Key?
Man, Juju ain't doing nothing. He's still on IR. They say he's practicing, but they didn't say definitely that he's playing. And even if he was, there wouldn't be no factor. He might be a decoy. They're still going to give it to Claypool and Johnson. They're going to still run the ball with Najee Harris. And that defense is still good, but they're not going. It's not going to be good enough to get the job done against the Chiefs. Ben Roethlisberger said, "We just here to have fun. We ain't got no chance." Pretty much, he said that. So Juju ain't gonna make no difference whether he on the field, off the field, on the sideline, in the ear of Roethlisberger, with calling in the plays. He ain't gonna make no difference. He might as well just get them their water and some hot dogs. They got it.
All right, Ern.
Yes, sir.
How much an impact would Juju will make, or you don't think he would?
So I don't think as far as impact, like as far as like touchdowns and big yards, not necessarily, but it's going to be more of like almost like a superstar effect.
Here we go with the takes. Hold on, yo. Here we go with the bad takes.
You late?
I know I'm late. I know I'm super late.
Dang, Slade, did you forget we had a show?
Well, Donte sent it to me.
Well, I always send him the link just in case, because he always be one. He always coming. He always will come on.
Always come in here and give me a headache.
Wow, bro. Just why ain't you happy? We're both in the playoffs. Come on now. We both in the playoffs.
Wait, it's just you and your prideful takes, man. I just don't.
Oh, like Daniel Jones is better than Jalen Hurts.
I said that in the offseason.
So
it ain't true. But
wow, he screenshotted and saved it.
I'm just saying, if the Eagles lose, it's because of that guy right there.
Yep.
What I say?
What happened? I just came back.
What did I say?
No,
when the Raiders beat the Chargers, he came in the chat talking reckless about the Bengals beating the hell out of him.
I said we're gonna lose to the Buccaneers. So I'm not like
so how'd you? I gotta ask you, Slay. How'd you feel after the Lakers lost?
I already said it. Genie Buzz better do something by February 10th.
No,
I'm
Eric,
watching basketball.
I know you. I'm asking Slay.
All I'm gonna say is we should just trade Westbrook. I don't know why you're on this team. Yeah, we need to trade him.
Wasn't there a video where you said that Westbrook was supposed to be great or whatever in the beginning of the year?
Bro, you misquoted everything.
Oh my god!
Hey,
you have me play it to see if it's a misquote?
Hey, Mitch, how much impact would Juju make for the Steelers this weekend?
Oh, he's playing?
I guess he is.
Wow. If he doesn't dance on the logo, he'll be fine.
It's possible. It's not definite, but he's practicing.
If he doesn't dance on the logo, he's fine. He'll make a good impact, for the slot receiver. He'll make a good impact.
What?
If Juju plays, how much of an impact?
You guys, here goes the injury report on Juju. Juju Smith-Schuster shoulder practiced on Thursday, but Coach Mike Tomlin indicated that a determination is yet to be made as to the wideout's readiness for game action in advance of the Steelers' playoff opener against the Chiefs on Sunday. We just started the 21-day window. Tomlin noted of Smith-Schuster's current IR status. That transpires out here, and a lot of the questions are part of the equation. But right now, he's still listed on injured reserve. They haven't even taken him off of IR yet, so we don't know. Just to throw that in there. Sorry.
Yeah, if he plays Slay, how much of an impact would he make? If he does,
he'll definitely make an impact for sure. But he's really not like the old Juju. Like I guess he
became TikTok Juju.
Yeah, and then he became TikTok.
And then Bell rung his bell.
And then that's
ain't been the same since.
That's really where the bad Juju came from with Chase Claypool. When the TikTok that's where the TikTok came from and stuff. And why Chase Claypool seems like a hated player, because he's always around Juju and he's always on TikTok and stuff. And that's not a bad thing. It's just that he always does like annoying stuff, like something like this piss you off.
Patrick Mahomes' brother is another one.
Yeah.
On the sideline of the game.
Hey, Slay, I got one more question for you before we get into our last topic. I got one more question for you. Raider Ern gonna love this. I think he gonna love this, and I think Eric will be terrible about this, and Coach gonna like it. And damn show money, Mitch. How hard was it to watch Russell Westbrook go 2 for 14? How hard was it to watch?
I feel bad for Eric.
How hard was that to watch last night?
Because we clown Eric all the time. it's more funny on his play because he.
Wait, Eric, did you see that video I posted in the group chat for you? Did you see that? Yeah.
Eric's not laughing. Look,
I swear for goodness, if we lose against the Lakers, I'm blaming you.
Wait, Sadie?
Bro, we ain't even that bad. You act like we bad. You act like we're the Pistons.
This is what I'm waiting for. If nothing happens, I'm not watching NBA for the rest of the season. I'm gonna pull a Donte with the Texans. I'm not doing no Laker play-by-play. I can't see Westbrook no more. I can't take it.
How hard it is to watch a guy just throw away momentum when the Lakers were down 118 and 116. Ever since when 1 minute to go, right? He shoots the 3-pointer, he bricks, and after that, guess what happened? The Kings went on a 7-0 run right after that. Right after
Earn. You think it's just one time a game? It's like multiple times each game, bro. Even the games we win. Oh, I got a stat for you. Hold up, before we continue, I have a stat for you guys. Ready from Westbrook? Ready? Russell Westbrook has only had 4 turnovers in the last 4 games, but he's had 15 for 59 from field in those games too.
Damn.
4 games, he's been 15 for 59.
Well.
Hey, Eric, did I jinx it for you last night? Because I just told you on the Fadeaway podcast that he led the NBA in 59 turnovers. Did I jinx it?
Yeah, you probably did.
Yeah, man.
I was just putting a stat out there. I didn't mean to jinx it.
How many turnovers did Westbrook have last night?
Like 0.
You telling me he has? Wait a minute.
Look, spotlight.
You're telling me.
Spotlight. He's had 4 turnovers in the last 4 games, but he's gone 15 for 59 from the field in those 4 games.
But I'm saying, you telling me he didn't have a turnover last night? He was 2 for 14 from the field.
Yep, 2 for 14.
That's
the fun.
I got a question.
If he gets an all-star nod, that is pure BS.
He's number 6 over Chris Paul.
I got a question for y'all. This, all right, y'all know. Well, I don't think most of y'all know, but most people know that I think KD's the best player in the game right now. But LeBron, just as a Lakers fan, bro, he is killing the game. Like, he is going off every single game. 37.
I said he's
like, I honestly,
what are you supposed to expect? What are you supposed to expect, big play Slade, when you have nothing else? When you have nothing else going on.
Look at that spotlight. I just want to see your reaction. Look at the list.
What?
Just look at the list. Look at number 6 in guards.
Get this off the goddamn screen.
Yeah.
You got to blame the Lakers fans for that, because the All-Star game is a actual voting.
Can't believe
it was hot.
This season, LeBron has been better, but KD, overall, just a player, I'm still taking LeBron over.
LeBron's the only player that should be from the Lakers in the All-Star game.
But KD,
you have to blame your Lakers fans, because the All-Star voting is voted from the fans.
Yep.
Russell Westbrook
blame
was number
the
1
Lakers fans for that.
I got my All-Star in the game.
I got mine too.
It's crazy though, because I hate betting against Kevin Durant. This man can shoot from here, anywhere. He can make any mid-range shot in the he could stand from the half court line, drill one, full court line, drill one. He can stand layup.
Hey, Donte, spotlight. We put some fire under their asses after we talked about their poor performance, or everybody that was on the podcast yesterday, where we were talking trash about the Nets being horrible. They blew out the Chicago Bulls yesterday night.
Yeah, that's probably why you don't want to talk.
Dude, do I need to play? Do I need to play that clip that we argue, Eric? Do I need to play that clip?
I seen it on Insta. I was like, this guy right here.
Do I need to play that clip for you, huh?
Wait, real quick. Do you guys remember when Zaza Pachulia was voted for all-time?
Please turn your camera on.
That's what Russell Westbrook is.
Please turn your camera on, Mitch.
My camera is off. Last topic, and I got a special question to ask Coach. After this last topic, I got a special question to ask Coach. So
he's a guy.
So we gonna go.
Know what the question is. He probably gonna ask you if the Flyers bad.
I'm gonna ask Coach. All the 49ers is the Dallas Kryptonite.
Oh, I thought. They can be. They can be. They could be Dallas kryptonite. You know, this history goes back so many years with the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. It goes far back to like the glory days of when Dallas won their Super Bowls and the 49ers when they won their Super Bowls. So I think they can. It's a really big possibility that they could be Dallas kryptonite.
All right, Eric.
I'm sorry. What was the question again? It kind of cut off for me.
49ers is Dallas kryptonite.
What's up, Big Simple? What's going on?
It could be. It could be. I think the one thing with Dallas that we got to look at is when you limit certain players. Like their run game is not all that. It's just Pollard, but they don't use Pollard that much. They've been using Ezekiel a lot lately, which is understandable because that's their number one back to them. And Dak Prescott, he was stat padding the past few games. So I just feel like the Niners defense is just coming in hot. And I think that Niners defense and Deebo Samuel is going to be the reason why they win this game against the Cowboys. And I think as a Niners whole, like the whole team, I don't think that's the kryptonite. I think there's two kryptonites. It's the front four in the Niners defense, and it's Deebo Samuel. That is going to be the Cowboys kryptonite right there.
All right. Key.
I want to see the Cowboys stop George Kittle. When George Kittle was on the road, he can't be stopped. And Deebo Samuel. Those are going to be the two X factors for San Fran. Definitely, it's going to be their kryptonite because Dak is going to throw probably about 40 times a game. I think he's going to throw.
It's ironic. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Key. Go ahead. I'm going to say it after you say it.
I think he's going to throw for about 40 times. And again, when Dak scores over 350, 375, he loses. He loses every time he throws over 350. So definitely San Fran definitely could be a kryptonite for them.
Go ahead, Coach.
I do follow these guys. They're Tampa Bay Bucks fans, which is NSPN, Tampa Bay TV. 4 hours ago, the Bucks signed John Brown.
Oh, yeah. I seen that.
Eric, why do you have to get up for that?
Did somebody snap the Raiders?
Look.
Oh, I forgot.
At this point, man, with all these signings like Eric Weddle and shit, I say Raiders, go sign Tim Brown, bro. Go sign Tim Brown. Go sign Charles Woodson.
Look, if Eric Weddle can come off at retirement, go get Megatron out of the Hall of Fame.
Hell yeah.
Come back.
I heard the Lions are trying to
sign T.O.
I heard the Lions are trying to like rekindle that relationship with Calvin Johnson.
Yeah. Money Mitch, what you think? What you think on the 49ers, the Cowboys kryptonite on this week?
The Cowboys are an accident waiting to happen. So I can definitely see the 49ers being their kryptonite just based off that.
All right, so here comes a special question I got to ask Coach before we end it because we do got some more streams to go. I think we got Raider Earn Warriors and Coach Tennessee Lady Vols tonight.
Tennessee.
Which is I'm going to be up there. You already know.
Like doesn't want me in the background for that one.
I'm going to read backtrack your statement in the group chat. What did you say about Philadelphia overall? You said something about you said something about the Flyers. You did say something about the Philadelphia 76ers, the Eagles too. Why would they never be good that good? What did you say? What did you say, Coach?
Donte, that gets a round of applause from me.
Hey, that shit hurt my head even more, but I'll give it to
you. It's because of the front offices in both organizations. That's why.
You said Tobias what? Tobias what? Tobias what?
He said he went on, Coach. Coach went on a whole rant about the Philadelphia, every Philadelphia organization. I didn't want to hear his thoughts.
You went at him with Bray.
He was Coach Spotlight thoughts about all of this in Tobias.
Dante, when I was on the AEW live stream and I kept on scrolling through those tweets, I was laughing. I was like,
I ain't gonna lie. We should have a special episode with Spotlight and that guy he was tweeting about in the same panel. And have them
he's gonna be on my show tomorrow for the Sixers and Celtics game.
Hey, don't worry, I'll be in that comment section.
Goodness. That'll be a damn shouting match.
Hey, Coach Spotlight has left the building. I think Coach Spotlight Coach Spotlight, I think he kind of threw in the towel on that little bit of on that question right there. So other than that, man, it's been another great episode of the Coach's Corner. And then it was funny how he said the 76ers, while we need to trade all our goddamn picks away, we waste the many goddamn.
Yeah. I told you that. I made a video on that, man. Don't you remember that? I made a video
But
on
he's
that.
not lying, though. He's not lying.
Yeah,
He's right about that.
Yeah.
All right, so that would be another episode of the Coach's
At least we don't have Westbrook.
That's the 10th episode of the Coach's Corner. That is hard to believe right there, man. I did count it, the partner stream. So this is a milestone. This is the 10th episode of the Coach's Corner every Thursday night, man. So I do got to give Coach Spotlight and Spotlight Sports Network a hand clap for the 10th episode of the Coach's Corner. We do have more streams tonight.
Big Simple says thank you for Kyle Kuzma.
Hey, why didn't you say Montrezl Harrell or KCP? Oh yeah, I forgot they were going at it in the locker room, throwing punches.
Hey, Simple, tell them y'all better than the Lakers. Tell them y'all better than the Lakers though right now, huh? Oh man, so shout out to Key, shout out to Money Man, shout out to Eric, shout out to everybody in the chat, my lady. We getting ready to have some more streams today. Coach Spotlight got the Lady Balls today. In by 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, he does have the Lady Balls. Eric, I don't know, he's gonna be somewhere around. Money Mitch is gonna be somewhere around. And then Raider Earn got the Warriors, I believe, tonight.
Wait, doesn't Mitch have the Sixers today?
Sixers, you have? Yeah. Okay, he don't have. That's tomorrow.
The Sixers.
Tomorrow, just on my channel. We're playing the Celtics.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Okay, just on my channel tomorrow.
At the end of the day, man, come back about 30 minutes to an hour or two, and we will be back with the Lady Balls and the Vanderbilt, and they're gonna Coach Spotlight just appeared on. So we're gonna ask Coach Spotlight if it's not any further words, you can go ahead and take us up out of here. Get the 10th episode. You're muted, Coach.
You're muted.
The Lady Ball's gonna get that dub tonight. Y'all trolled me the whole time I was camped down, but it's cool.
Who are they playing, Spotlight?
They playing Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they playing Vanderbilt.
Oh, you should win that.
So without
it's the Lady Balls. We're the top 5 team in the country. It's Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I said you should win that.
Unlike the Sixers.
Okay, that's your team.
Now you want to talk about the Sixers now? Now you want to
okay.
Listen, I'm not a Sixers fan
anymore. Wait, are you
I'm
a free agent now?
Hey,
you're a free agent?
I am a free agent.
Hey, Coach, why you a free agent? They lost to Charlotte, man. They lost to Charlotte.
These Sixers fans are fucking delusional, thinking they will still make the playoffs if they trade Tobias Harris. Greg Melly is one of them too. Another
he'll be on my show tomorrow. We're gonna kick in, watch Sixers and Celtics.
My thing is this though. I got a question for him though. Like,
if you want to come on, you're more welcome.
He's a Sixer fan, but he lives in New York.
Yes, because he has 3 jobs. He's an actor. He works at a gym.
He's an actor,
and he works at a bakery.
Send us a movie. I definitely want to see how he acts. Literally.
They said, "Look, they said they want to see a rant." They said they want to see.
I forget what he
had. He had a whole rant in the group chat.
See, I was supporting Sixers, Flyers, and Phillies, but these Philly fans, they make you not want to be a Philadelphia fan.
I told you that.
It makes you not want to support any team in Philadelphia. I'm already away with the Philadelphia Eagles. Fuck the Eagles. I'm sorry to say, but I'm just saying.
Wow.
Fuck the Eagles. I'm sorry. I'm not an Eagles fan. It's a fact. I mean, I give them respect when they respect to do. But if I really would say it's Raider Nation over Eagles, sorry to say.
I'm still mad.
Flyers are just dog shit juice. That's all they are. Flyers is dog shit juice. The Phillies ain't making no goddamn moves, and the Sixers are going to stay with Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris. So get over it. You're not trading them. You know why? Because your same guy, Greg Melly, said that, the Atlanta Hawks is going to trade for John Collins. And look who ended up getting traded, Cam Reddish. Where John Collins going?
They announced that they're cleaning house. The Hawks are cleaning house.
The Hawks ain't cleaning the house, bro.
Nah, they ain't cleaning
Here,
house.
Like
let me show you this right now. Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report.
I don't care about the Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report can say whatever they want. They said Bleacher Report was supposed to have Ben Simmons get traded to the Sacramento Kings. And what happened with that? That's what I'm saying. Like, Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons will be a Sixer for the rest of this year.
Yeah, you're telling me stuff that I already know.
Just all you have to do is just not feed into stuff. You know how people are delusional.
It's not about no. It's a difference between being a Laker fan and a Philadelphia fan.
Well, he said, bro, Greg Melly's the same person that said the Kobe was overrated. I just ignored it. I was like,
no. That's coming from a person that's not a Laker fan.
I thought he was a Chicago Bulls fan.
We're talking about Sixers fans that could not keep that same energy with Tobias Harris. With Tobias Harris had an all-star nod last year, was having a career year just because he having one slump year, they want to ship him out. That's the problem with Philadelphia. And that's why the Sixers, that's why I put on the Spotlight Sports Network Twitter. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I said the Philadelphia 76ers will win the NBA Finals in 2046.
Damn. Golly.
Damn.
Again, you're telling me something I already know.
Reddish is a good player.
No, it's not for you. This is for anybody that's watching, or you want to screen record this and put this on Twitter. Please do.
Gotcha.
Please do. And at DJ Eastwood and at Greg Melly. At them.
You're at it with two people.
Eastwood is actually doing a call-in tonight, I think.
Call-in Spotlight?
I'm going Tennessee. That's more important.
Yeah, he's doing a call-in. So
hey, tell him. Tennessee will win a chip before the Sixers. Tell him.
Tennessee got more national championships than the 76ers organization. What is there to talk about? There's no conversation there. I'm just saying.
Hey, you want a free agent team? Come to the Lakers.
No. I'd just rather be a basketball fan and just talk basketball.
Did you ever have like a second favorite team? Did you ever?
Did I ever have a second favorite team? No.
Join the Knicks.
I've lied. I wasn't a fan, so I definitely don't.
Hey,
Bulls.
I'm gonna let you know.
At least you got the retirement home of the league. Bro.
Nate, is Cam Reddish gonna take you guys? Is Cam Reddish gonna take you guys to the championship?
We're making the playoffs. We're not ready to win a championship. What are you talking
They're the 12th
about?
seed.
See, Eric, you have a bone to pick there. You gotta understand. Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett back together when they played at Duke. Think about it.
And you know who else played with them? I'm not going to say it. Zion. Yep.
Oh shit! If Zion goes to the Knicks.
Yeah, but who cares? The Zion ain't going nowhere. His fat ass eating gumbo and dirty.
Yeah, he's eating Wendy's, bro. He's in LA right now eating freaking burgers, bro.
God.
Like LA, bro.
Hey, we'll give you Westbrook, Nate. We'll give you Westbrook, Nate.
No, we're not. No, we don't want your freaking dumb ass 6 turnovers a game.
Leon Rose has done a great job with your team. I gotta admit.
Yeah,
you know. Anyway, some like good weapon, good like.
We gotta go ahead and close this out, man. Coach Spotlight, take us up out of here. If there's no more last words, Coach Spotlight got to get to his lady balls, and we all gonna be up there.
Yeah, that's at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Y'all do not want to miss that on the Spotlight Sports Network. I will be doing that play by play. So, and just to let y'all know, man, it's a possibility that Spotlight might have a second channel. Just so stay in the tunes for that. Yeah, might have a second channel, man, because the way the shows is coming in and the way the people that we might have on this network, play-by-plays probably won't be on this channel anymore. So with that being said, we have a lot of stuff going on. Make sure y'all go to spotlightsportsgear.com. Make sure you hit the link in the description to get your merch. It is free shipping. And Eric, your logo will be up tonight. I'm just trying to figure out how the hell I'm getting that Raiders logo off your joint and getting that Lakers logo off of it because of copyright infringement. So with that being said, y'all, peace, love, blessings. We are out of here. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It's the Spotlight Sports Network. It's Coach Donte, and that's that ugly ass Shaq bobblehead right there. We're out of here, y'all, and we'll see y'all at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.